Hi, I'm Jennifer, and this is Movie Talk. Ancient curses, giant animals, and the struggle against man and nature. That's what you get in my favorite Miyazaki movie, Princess Mononoke. This movie is directed by Hayao Miyazaki, and if I'm mispronouncing his name, I apologize. He is probably my favorite Japanese animator, and he's done quite a few movies that I've seen and that I actually like. Aside from Princess Mononoke, there's also Spirited Away, Castle in the Clouds, Kiki's Delivery Service, which was actually the first movie of his that I've ever seen, Howl's Moving Castle, and Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, both of which are also very high on my list of his favorite movies. He also did a movie called Ponyo, which wasn't really one of my favorites. I mean, I liked it okay, but not as much as I like the other ones. Now, this movie was produced by Studio Ghibli, and it was made in Japan in 1997 and then dubbed to English in 1999. Now, I will not be saying who did the voices of the characters in the Japanese version, only because I will have trouble pronouncing their names, and I'm just not going to. If you want to know who did them in the Japanese version, feel free to look it up on Wikipedia. Now, this movie is about a young prince from I believe it's called the Inoshi tribe. He's the last prince of the Inoshi tribe. His name is Ashitaka, and he is voiced in the English version by Billy Cupidai, I believe is how you say his last name. And he is cursed by a boar god named Nago. And I don't know who did the voice of Nago, because he does have a couple of lines in the movie, near the beginning of the movie. And he is forced to leave his village to lift the curse by seeing through eyes unclouded by hate. And his journeys eventually lead him to a small town called Iron Town that is ruled over by a woman known as Lady Eboshi, who is voiced in the English version by Minnie Driver. And she is determined to not only provide for her town as a good leader, but also to find and kill the spirit of the forest, so she and her people can not only mine or clear cut the forest to get at the iron ore under the sand, but also so she can receive the money that the emperor is offering in exchange for the spirit's head, which is believed to grant immortality. Now, opposed to Lady Eboshi is a young woman named San, who is voiced by Clara Dance, excuse me. I was reading her first name first, or her last name first, excuse me. Who lives in the forest ever since she was a baby, and she's the one who the people of Irontown refer to as Princess Mononoke. And Ashitaka actually falls in love with her. So there's kind of a cute little love story in this movie. It's not played up much. It focuses more on the main story, but it's in there if you know where to look for it. And she is determined to kill Lady Eboshi, and Lady Eboshi is determined to kill her. And Ashitaka is just basically trying to keep these two women from killing each other. San was raised by a wolf goddess named Moro, who in the English version is voiced by Gillian Anderson. And she grows up with Moro's two pups, which are not given names in the movie. I think they are in the credits, but they're not mentioned in the movie. And these wolf pups are actually very big. They're maybe the size of an ox or larger. And Moro's twice their size, so, you know, these animals are supposed to be really, really big. And it's not just the wolves that live in the forest. There's also boar that live in the forest. And the boars range in size from being as big or bigger than Moro to being the size of normal, like, boars that we're used to seeing nowadays. And it's also home to a clan of apes, or the ape clan, and, of course, the spirit of the forest. And these cute little totem people, they just remind me of little totem people called, you know, I forget what they call them, but they're supposed to be a sign that the forest is healthy. And they're just these really cute little things that look like they're made out of wood, and they communicate by just turning their head and shaking it. Like, they'll go, which is really cute. I just found them adorable. I thought they were the cutest thing about the whole movie, because they just reminded me of little dolls, little abstract dolls, and I just thought they were so cute. So, anyways, I'm getting off track. Ashitaka wants to bring both worlds together, and he does actually succeed, but I don't want to give too much away. And again, like I said, it's a really cute, adorable movie. Miyazaki did a lot of movies. I haven't seen all of them. The ones that I've seen are actually the ones I mentioned at the beginning of this video. But he did a lot of really wonderful movies, and a lot of them have a message behind them, and they don't always come right out and say it. And I believe the message behind this one was to not let hate and anger cloud your judgment, because every time Ashitaka got angry, the mark on his arm from where Nagu touched him and cursed him would grow bigger, and eventually moved to where it expanded over his entire body, before the curse was actually lifted. So I believe that was actually the message of the movie. Again, a really wonderful movie. One of my 3 favorites by Miyazaki. Actually, my number 1 favorite. Number 2 is tied between Howl's Moving Castle and Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind. It depends on my mood, which one I like better on that one, so they're kind of tied for second place. Adorable movie, really cute movie. I love the animation in this movie. I loved how they made the animals of the forest just so big and breathtaking. It's like if you were really to have seen these animals in real life. Not so much Ashitaka's red elk Yakuo, who was about normal size for an elk, but the other animals in the forest, Moro, her pups, and the boars, if you were to have seen them in real life, they more than likely would have taken your breath away, because they're just so majestic and so big and so beautiful. Just the way they were depicted in the movie was just wonderful. And I don't know what else to say. I loved this movie. It was definitely one of my absolute favorites, not just by Miyazaki, but just overall one of my favorite movies. It ranks right up there with The Lion King, Flight of Dragons, Dragonheart, How to Train Your Dragon. If you can't tell, I really like dragon movies. Oliver and Company, The Wizard of Oz, Annie, and the entire Star Wars franchise, with the exception of Rogue One, because as of the posting of this video, I haven't seen Rogue One yet. But it ranks right up there with that. It is definitely on my top 10 favorite movie list. So you can tell, you know, I have a ton of movies that I love, but for this to actually make it to the top 10 list, it's, in my opinion, it's got to be really good. Again, this is my top 10 favorite movie list that it's on, and not necessarily yours. I mean, you're but you know, so it's my opinion that it's it's a really good movie, which is why I'm making a video of it. And again, I really, really love this movie, and it's just the way they portray everyone. Like, they have San only seeing one side of the conflict, the animal side of the conflict, and Lady Boshi seeing the other side of the conflict. And then that was my cat Chloe. Say hi, Chloe. And then the hunters seeing another side, and a samurai lord seeing that's mentioned who wants to take over Irontown seeing another side, and Ashitaka's basically seeing everybody's side. So he's trying to observe the situation from everyone's point of view before he makes the decision. And he's not the only one who kind of takes this passive view in the movie. The Spirit of the Forest does as well. And the Spirit of the Forest I just love the way they portrayed the Spirit of the Forest, because during the day, he's this great big deer with the face of a man, which, if you stop and think about it, sounds creepy, but when you actually see him in the movie, he doesn't look creepy at all. And then at night, the Spirit of the Forest turns into the Night Walker. So yeah, it's just, I love the way they portrayed him. They portrayed the Spirit of the Forest, and I liked how Irontown was set up. It was not your normal town. It was basically a town where a lot of misfits would come to. A lot of the people who worked there, a lot of the women who lived there, I think Lady Boshi was the one exception, actually worked in brothels. And Lady Boshi actually bought their freedom from the brothel owners and brought them to Irontown, where they could live normal lives. And a lot of them got married to people, the soldiers and the merchants and whatnot. And she also housed lepers who, during that time period, were basically cast-offs. Nobody wanted anything to do with them. And she took them in. She cleaned their wounds. She bandaged up their wounds as best she could. She provided them with food and shelter and water and took care of them. So you really saw a compassionate side to her when it came to people. It's just not so much with the animals of the forest. She saw the animals of the forest as a nuisance until the end of the movie. So again, a really wonderful movie. I really loved it. I really highly recommend watching it. And any of Studio Ghibli's movies, or even Miyazaki's movies, and I will do videos, videos on the other movies, the ones I've seen, on Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivery Service, Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind, and Castle in the Sky. I will do videos on those. I won't really do one on Ponyo because I don't have Ponyo on DVD. I actually saw it on Netflix. But I will do videos on those. Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind, or Howl's Moving Castle will be my next Miyazaki video. Not necessarily my next video, but my next video on Miyazaki. I'm not sure which one. And Howl's Moving Castle will actually have 2 videos. The other one will be in Book Talk because there is a book on it, which follows the book and the movie actually follow each other very well. There are some differences, and once I do the video on both of them, I will compare the two a lot more than I compare them in their separate videos, because I will actually be focusing on comparing them. And I don't know which came first. I don't know if the movie inspired the book or if the book inspired the movie. But I will let you know when I do the Howl's Moving Castle video, because if the book inspired it, it will say in the beginning it was inspired by the book. So, look for, keep an eye out for those. I don't know when I'll be doing them. It depends on when I get around to it, because I got a lot of other movies I want to talk about. And before I sign off, I want to say one thing. I have this coming Friday and Saturday, and possibly Sunday, I'm not sure, but usually if it's true with a Saturday, it's true with Sunday, I have to work. And I'm not sure about Monday because I won't know until later on tonight if I will be working or not. So rather than make you wait 3 days to a week for a video, I'm just going to post my next movie talk video a day early, so it will be posted on Thursday instead of Friday. So I will see you then. And I'm Jennifer. This has been Movie Talk. I will see you next time, and have a very nice day.